ban.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Australian Esports Federation Season number 3, despite the fact it says Season number 2 at the start of the menu. This is Division 2 with Mum I Need Tangos, otherwise known as Mint, versus Sweet Original Name, otherwise known as Sun. And I am joined by Tatman Tat. Welcome.
Hey, pretty exciting.
5 seconds
This is my
remaining.
first AEF cast. I'm
Dire
pretty
team
so
ban.
real keen.
First AEF cast.
Yeah, getting
Ever.
started. And you know what? It wouldn't be a 7.06 if you didn't ban Earthshaker or Lich.
Okay, all right. We were talking about this before game, that we were going to pick the first
10
6
seconds
heroes that would be
remaining.
banned and picked. Doesn't matter what order.
Radiant team ban.
That's I think that's a bit of a stretch, but these so far are pretty predictable. I think the one thing that has fallen out of the meta quite a bit is Nyx. We don't see Nyx as much as we used to.
This is going to be Nightstalker or Nyx banned, surely.
Yeah, Nightstalker quite popular as that roam. I think this
10
patch very
seconds
much centered
remaining.
around the roamers and controlling that mid lane, which is why you see heroes like the
5
Lich and the
seconds
Earthshaker banned out,
remaining.
because they can really control that mid lane. So, not surprising there. And just like taking control of that roaming position, getting rid of Nightstalker is just, it's so good. You don't want to play against him because you'll never get a ward up ever.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, I
Prophet.
understand that. Prophet gets banned out. Okay.
Prophet's
He's
just
pretty popular in
strong
Oz,
laner.
hasn't he?
Radiant team pick.
That's a pretty big pickup. A pretty quick pickup for the Spirit Breaker. You don't often see him in the first phase. I
I wonder if they had that planned. Like, they didn't think about that at all. They didn't take time to make that pick. I think they knew
And-
that they were going to do that.
It's interesting that they pick it up as well after the
10
Nature's
seconds
Prophet has already been
remaining.
banned, because usually you can use the Spirit Breaker to sort of hunt him down.
Yeah, well, I guess it was Mint that banned it.
Venomancer.
So, and look at this.
AA.
Look at this. This is nasty. I was talking the other day about the difference between Cancer and AIDS in Dota. See, Viper and Venomancer, they are AIDS. Necrophos
Exactly.
is
10
Cancer.
seconds remaining.
That's true. Yeah, AIDS is just like poison. Cancer is just the
5
meta
seconds
heroes.
remaining.
That's it. Yeah, Cancer is meta, but Venomancer and Viper have always been AIDS. And then you have Ebola Spirit as well. Let's not forget him.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, there's all different types of
Mostly
diseases in Dota.
dominant in Africa. I don't know what their meta looks like.
Wow, you're getting pretty aggressive. It's only the first couple of picks. AA is I find it an interesting hero, and especially against Spirit Breaker. Pretty vulnerable against the rotations. But I remember AA sort of the last tournament I casted, which was the Asus ROG, was like the AA just started to be get into the meta, and while he's very passive support, he provides so much damage simply through Icy Vortex. That ability is just insane.
Radiant
Yeah, it was the
Slow.
30% at max level along with the slow.
Yeah, it's 30% on
Dire team
both,
back.
which is just insane. I think it used to be like half that. I don't know. The slow's been buffed repeatedly, and because it's such a long-range spell, you can really use it to control fights, and you combine that with a Venomancer who does a lot of magic damage, and you don't
Radiant
actually have to
team
have
back.
any other sources of magic damage. And even then, a pipe it doesn't necessarily do that much unless you have the active up, which is maybe why they're picking up the Rubik. Rubik
I was about to say,
can steal
I
a couple
like-
of things.
I like Rubik, but I like him for his armor resistance aura this game.
Yeah, the null field is
10
pretty
seconds
effective against
remaining.
these heroes. Problem is you level it last,
5
so
seconds
you can
remaining.
have a little bit of trouble against something like a Veno, where okay, by the time you've leveled null field, you've lost all your
Dire team
T2s,
back.
and that damage reduction isn't actually going to assist you in defending your high ground. So I think sometimes Rubik it's a decent pick. You just need a space, and sometimes Venomancer isn't going to give you the space to succeed.
Now, what I've seen teams picking up is Doom.
Radiant
I've been playing
team
Doom a little
pick.
bit recently.
I'm a big fan. I love Doom.
I don't know. I played one game and won it, and then I played another 4, and I think I lost all. I think he can suffer from being a little bit squishy because you don't necessarily want to build armor items on him until Shivas, and that
10
can come
seconds
late-ish.
remaining.
You see,
I
but
think he's
like
a great
him.
greedy laner.
I like him in this
5
matchup
seconds
because he's
remaining.
got that heal over time, so it works really good against damage over time spells, like the Venomancer. And when it comes to the actual team fight, if you can get your Doom off on the Venomancer before he drops his ult, well, then
Dire
you've basically
team
just
pick.
won the team fight.
Yeah. But then, conversely, if you blink in and someone interrupts you, then that's just absolutely disastrous. However, they don't have many instant interrupts besides now the Sand King. So it could definitely be a pick. I've been a real big fan of Underlord recently.
10
I
seconds
think
remaining.
with very organized teams, Dark Rift is such a strong ability just to
5
back off,
seconds
and then you can do
remaining.
things like
Radiant
you can do cool things
team
like
pick.
pushing the top lane and then immediately TPing bot. But there's the Doom.
Called it.
Yeah, all right.
We'll see.
I mean, I like it.
Like I've done my best to explain why I like it, but I guess we'll see how it plays out in the execution. I am a really big fan of this.
It just worries me that they're picking up. So far, it feels a little bit greedy. All they have to deal with this early aggression is a Spirit Breaker, and then Weaver very naturally slips around the place. Isn't that vulnerable to ganks? So you don't necessarily need to have the AA in the lane with him, so the AA can roam a little bit more, maybe with the Sand King.
5 seconds.
So whenever that
Radiant
happens,
team
I'm very
down.
worried about the early game.
And he's
Lycan,
quite
interesting.
I'm liking that. But just on
Oh,
the
come on.
yeah.
Get out of here.
But just on the Weaver, I like Weaver into Doom. The reason that I like it into Doom is because he is a natural Linken's builder.
10 seconds
Yep.
remaining.
Definitely.
And the more spell blocks
5
you can
seconds
put
remaining.
between Doom, as in Doom the ability, not Doom the hero, and your cause, the better.
Yeah. Also, very key that he doesn't necessarily give great spells to Rubik. You can run the risk, like, if Rubik ends up getting an Ags.
I was about to say, have you ever played against a Shikuchi Rubik? It's the most frustrating thing in the world. Little bastard
Yeah,
just
but,
goes
like,
around.
it's frustrating, but it's not necessarily
You're right.
gonna be
It's
the
not
bane
bad.
of the
It's
team.
not. It's not a game-winning steal,
What
is it?
can be is if Rubik gets an Ags and steals time dilation. Whatever it's called. What's Weaver's ult
Time
called?
lapse.
Time lapse.
Yes. Yeah,
And then
that's
you
good.
can cast it on your allies. That's awesome.
But
I love
Ags
Rubik.
Rubik.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Dire
Can we
team
have a mid?
back.
Can we have a mid Rubik? Does this game afford it? I know it's not likely, but like, could you get away
I
with
don't
it in
think
this
so.
game? We were talking earlier about sometimes by the chance you're leveling Nullfield, it's perhaps too late.
Yeah.
What if you ran in mid?
I don't know. I mean, you could. But I think
10 seconds
this meta,
remaining.
and in recent times, I think almost every single team is
5
trending
seconds
towards the idea of
remaining.
picking your mid last. Like, all the time. Almost 100% of the time, the mid is picked last. And I think that makes the draft more predictable, but it also gives last pick such an advantage, I think. Because we're in a patch and a meta that lanes are so impactful, and you need to have strong lanes, which is why heroes like Prophet and Lich and
Dire
Necro
team
are so common, because they just win their lanes. So you really need to get that strong mid matchup, and I don't necessarily think Rubik can pull that off. But sometimes you can. You know? Oof.
You know, I actually would have really liked a
10
mid
seconds
Bloodseeker here
remaining.
for Sun. I think that could have worked really well with their
5
team.
seconds remaining. Radiant team
Yeah, I mean,
pick.
the
Like, you
risk
can pop
of
the
running...
Lincolns on Weaver really easily.
Yeah. I think the risk of running a mid Bloodseeker is that you could probably just send the Weaver mid and then you trade very evenly. I think if you want to pick a Bloodseeker, you really want him to win his lane and then snowball from there. Whereas you have a Weaver can really go even with that, and then all of a sudden you've only traded even.
Choose your hero.
Oh, Tinker.
I'm surprised with the Tinker
Okay.
pick, Breaker.
I was about to say into Spirit Breaker. No, I hate Tinker. I go ooh because I hate it.
Yeah, I used to play a Tinker a lot, but I also lost a lot.
Get out-
I think-
get out of-
I think
get
I
out of
have
my
like a
Discord.
38% win rate.
Get out of here.
I have like a 38% win rate on the hero.
You kick-
I love the hero, but he is so frustrating to play against.
He is. See, when I'm playing, and there's two heroes I learned to play specifically because I hate Tinker so much. One of them was Nyx, the other one was Clockwork.
I love playing Zeus nowadays against him. You pop the Nimbus, he blinks into the trees, you pop the Nimbus, and they basically can't get out. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's actually really good too.
Doom actually not too bad against Tinker either, because the Scorched Earth can stop his blink really easily, and you can get a blink yourself. So I don't know how well the Tinker is going to do, but I think they're just banking on the Weaver and Venomancer being such important targets that they can't really dive the Tinker without dying to those two.
And that's
then
that's
the
fair.
AA backs them up. Like the AA with that extra magic damage can give so much support and slow that stops heroes like Doom and Rubik getting onto the backlines. But the problem is, you have a Spirit Breaker and a Lycan, so those slows aren't exactly going to help you when Charge and like Wolf Form are coming into play, because it doesn't affect them.
Alright, so let's talk about the draft overall. Who is your pick? Who wins this game on the draft?
It's a difficult one because it really depends on how these lanes go. I think I prefer Mint slightly, just because I think overall Weaver, Veno, and Tinker match up decently well against Mirana, Lycan, and Doom, and they get a little bit more out of the farm. And I think Sand King and AA are going to provide a little bit more than Spirit Breaker and Rubik, because I don't know, Weaver is very slippery, so he's very difficult to gank. Even if you do get like a lift and a charge off, Dust isn't going to necessarily help you because he's just going to Shikuchi out. So I'd give the edge to Mint, I think.
Alright, I got to give it... Okay, so I like the Sun... Oh, jeez, I don't know. Okay, so I think Sun have the answers. They've drafted a toolkit that I think can deal with the Mint heroes, but Mint have it on ease of execution. The Sun draft is much harder. You've got to get the Doom off on the Venomancer, and then you still have to worry about how you're going to handle the Tinker and the Weaver. Yep. Like you've got Spirit Breaker as well, and you've got the Lycan who in wolf form you can just run around and it doesn't really care too much about the Veno slows and stuff. So yeah, I like the draft for Sun, but Mint have the ease of execution.
Yeah, I think like Laser on Lycan is just going to be an absolute nuisance. And
yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about
really
that.
Hard. And I think most importantly as well, I mean, I've played Doom a little bit recently, and the big thing is just like he has a lot of health, but he's actually so squishy. And up against a Weaver who has pretty high base damage for a ranged hero, you get like a Blightstone and you get 1 level in Geminate attack, and you really take a beating. You have like 1 armor at level 1. He has gone the PMS, which I do like against the Weaver.
You have to. You absolutely. It's like if you're a melee hero and you're against a ranged, it's just mandatory.
But so the problem with that is if you can leave your safe lane to solo to contest their off lane, I think Weaver does pretty well against the Doom solo. So therefore, frees up your AA and your Sand King to roam. And then when you have that, I think the mobility of the Spirit Breaker really falls flat, because if he can't really gank the Weaver, because who's going to gank with him? Doom, not really. So he's really limited to bot and top. I mean mid and top, and therefore AA and Sand King are always going to be mid and top. So what's the point of having charge? You could have a less mobile hero that's more effective. I like Spirit Breaker, but it feels like the supports are just going to give him a hard time.
Yeah, he's going to find it really hard to rotate on these heroes. Like, Veno is a super hard hero to gank.
Yeah. You just Gale and you're good.
That's it. That's it. You hit that Gale and suddenly your gank becomes counter gank.
To battle.
Yeah. Oh, Doom's trying to do some mind games. He's dropped his ward in the
I
tree.
saw that. That's clever.
Yeah. I think I saw a pro do it one time. It was
he baited it!
Yeah, well done. Well done.
Doom!
It's always beautiful when you do that.
Good game, son. Jesus.
I wonder what he's going to do with the ward now.
The battle begins.
Laugh and hold on to it all day as a trophy?
I think you could just probably pop it more aggressively, like, give it to one of your supports, like a Spirit Breaker when he charges. He can put it in a more aggressive position.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't... He's going to have a rough lane. Like, Chilling Touch as well with a Weaver, it's nasty. But,
while we have another classic Ozdota pause, let's go through and introduce the teams and their players. So, in the mid lane, we have Aurora on the Tinker. Over on the Ancient Apparition, we have Chao Ma. On the Venomancer, we have Chockmint. Playing the Weaver, we have Wykel Stranger. And finally, on the Sand King, we have Maps Tatman take us through the dire.
You know what? Sometimes these names just don't make sense. On Rubik, we got, I'm going to assume it's Dinosaur.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Lycan, we've got Chase Rivers. On the Marana, we have Escar. Is that Dom?
It's Dom.
Just Dom?
Yep, Dom.
5 M's. And then on Doom, we got Exodius. Did I miss somebody?
Yeah, Spirit Breaker. That's
Where
alright.
is he at?
He's not important. He's hiding in the trees.
Let's get him out of here. I don't want to see him. Oh, that's right. He's hiding in the trees. Can't even see his icon on the map for me. I think my UI is covering it.
Oh, really?
Aku on the Spirit Breaker. Yeah, my UI is covering his icon. I can't see him at all. That's crazy.
What UI?
Like the you know how you can have skins for your HUD.
Oh, it's covering him.
Yeah, it's covering him.
That's pay to lose.
That is pay. I'm changing that right now. All right.
That's a bit rough. All right. Speaking of rough, these pauses.
Yeah, Marana taking a beating in the mid lane.
We've had like 3 minutes of pauses for like a minute 30 of game time.
If there's anything consistent about Australian Dota, it's always the pauses, and I think it always will be. You know,
while
I
we
find it
have
charming
our
at this
internet, you are 100% right.
The NBN, it's great. It's fantastic. Yep. I absolutely hate laning against a good Tinker.
It's the most
Just the
frustrating thing in the world.
Oh, laser and just... Yeah, it's the worst, because now miss chance is calculated on projectile hit, not projectile launch, so it actually gives Tinker a little bit more opportunity to screw with your last hits, because you can throw out an attack, he can laser you, and then it misses, and it's just... It can be very frustrating.
Yeah, that and you can move up onto the high ground as well.
Yep, exactly. Gonna see Lycan just go up against the Veno here. They might get first blood here. Yeah, they will.
They are charging in, so they do have the charge, but no bash yet. Lift back, trying to get the body blocks. Just need a little bit more damage. One more. Oh, and it's Aku with the Orb of Venom, yeah.
I didn't realize.
What value? Oh, okay. I'm really liking the Spirit Breaker build. Are you seeing the
4 Divine Rapiers?
The 4 Divine Rapiers?
Yeah. Rubik's done it as well. You know,
this
they're
real
ready for
all-in
the late.
strat.
Ready for
Lycan
the
is Lycan doesn't have anything queued up.
I'm a big fan of the no consumables on Spirit Breaker. He's very confident.
Yeah, wow.
Maybe Lycan
Windlace, boots his speed, not even on level 2, and he is charging. And I believe this is going to be out onto old Tinkerino in the mid lane. Runner's ready. Moving forward, here comes the stun. Backing up now on the Tinker, gets the cheeky right click. Couple more on. Wow.
Re-auto.
She's eating it.
Yeah.
That's
Although
rough.
this lane is very pushed. Tinker really struggles to push out that mid lane, so Marana just pushing it out really aggressively so that comes onto tower and maybe misses the last hit or two.
Was one.
Yeah, two.
Well,
I think he could have got the first one. Second one is tough.
3.
He doesn't need to pre-hit them.
4.
Because he's got a Null Talisman and 2 GG branches, Tinker actually hits quite hard. So oftentimes you don't need to pre-hit.
70 at level 3.
Yeah. Meanwhile, AA is just duking it out with Doom.
That should help.
He's actually got the Infernal Blade at level 1. Maybe he's looking to roam a little bit more.
I think you just get it so you can like trade with the supports.
I think you can trade with an AA regardless.
With Chilling Touch?
If he's using Chilling Touch on himself and not the Weaver, I think that's a good thing. Whoa!
Oi, okay. Venomancer.
Venomancer's just dead. I mean,
there wasn't even a Spirit Breaker there.
I think at this point, he should just be getting wards and jungling.
How does that happen? Without
I'm not sure. Maybe he just got a bit ahead of himself, gets lifted back into the Lycan.
You have to miss the Gale for that, right? For that to happen?
No, I don't think necessarily. If you do it right.
Oh, down in the bot lane.
We are getting preoccupied.
Yeah, we are. We are getting mad distracted. So the AA going down. Wykel looking for some revenge here, chasing down Aku. 1 right click, 2 right clicks, 3 right clicks. Come on, 1 more.
Oh,
there it is. But now trading out with Exodius, does have that Shikuchi back up, so we'll be able to escape. 5 tangos, no salve, so it will be a slow progress to regain that health.
Yep. Doing pretty well so far. The fact that he's managed to stay in lane, he's level 3, I'd be pretty happy with that. at this point, it's like you can get like a couple of different items and you can very reliably go back into the jungle. So I'd be feeling pretty happy actually as a Doom that in this lineup you actually managed to get a kill and not die. Spirit Breaker actually rotating bottom there.
I'm quite surprised with how both of these lanes are going for Sun. I would have thought that the Venomance would be a lot harder to gank at this point.
Well,
not even gank, just kill. It wasn't ganked, it was just killed.
Yeah, I think Lycan just does a lot of damage. He's only got boots. Oh, Spirit Breaker try. He's gonna steal
she
his
could have
bounty.
get it anyway! Oh, that's rough.
If he stays too much longer, Rubik's gonna be here as well.
Yeah, there's the Rubik, there's the lift, and the charge as well.
Oh, no!
Stacked it. Come on, one more right click.
Divinity.
One more, he cancelled it! He cancelled it! No, he cancelled the auto attack. Oh, it's rough.
Oh, and Maps
You know,
there just
That's
hesitates for a second, and he doesn't go after the Rubik immediately, and they lose the kill on the Rubik as well.
there's a a bit of respite for Wykel. She's having a bad
I
time,
think
you know.
might-
Oh yeah,
yeah.
down in the bot lane. Doom, no, he does manage to get away from the cold feet. Wykel running in now.
Oh!
Mango use. Yeah, Mango use pops the Scorched Earth, barely lives.
Oh, that is close. He's
I
actually
think-
leveling the Infernal Blade. Okay. I
That's
think
an
one value
interesting-
point is great, but leveling it perhaps, I don't know.
I don't think it does enough damage at this point in the game.
I think it's useful for harassing, but the problem is you got to think ahead in this lane, and you got to think, well, I'm not going to be in this lane forever, and how much is Infernal Blade going to do over something like Scorched Earth, especially when you're against a lot of dot damage.
Well, we can calculate that easily.
Yeah.
Well, actually, not that easily, because what's 0.75% of everyone's HP at this point in the game?
it's a little bit less easy, but Spirit Breaker actually rotating bot again. I don't think.
Yep, charging in. Does call it off onto Weaver.
Oh, you got a bash.
Oh, that's
17%.
what kind of range was that? Oh, Spirit Breaker in trouble now. Getting cold feeted up, running away, but there's that
He's gonna charge away.
and gets the hit on the Weaver as well.
And the Spirit Breaker doing a lot of work.
Did you see that?
I
He
am
was actually
surprised.
auto attacking that. I wasn't aware that was a thing. He was auto attacking the bug as he was running away.
Can you do that while you're charging?
Apparently, I was just watching it.
Ah, I didn't know. I guess it makes sense.
Let thy
It's
hearing
not-
be
A lot of
good.
things you can like a lot of those weird effects that you can auto attack
for
through,
me.
like ball lightning and such.
Yeah, but I would have thought like attacking would have interrupted your movement.
Who knows? I think because it's forced movement, it's different. Like you can attack during force stuff and things like that.
Right, but here we go. Charge on the mid, going very deep now.
Zanking.
Zanking in
Right
the
there.
area. There's the big stun. Does catch him out. Going for the TP, and yeah, they just don't have any way of stopping that.
Radiant's top tower
I
is
think
under
perhaps he
attack.
could have saved this stun. I do that all the time.
Chockmint!
Whoop!
She's getting run down by the Lycan, pops the Gale, but that is not going to stop the Lycan. And I think he probably just farms all of this now too. That's rough.
Yeah, that is pretty disastrous at this point. I
Okay,
think
alright.
Venomancer has fallen flat.
We need
very
to talk
much.
about this Doom. Got 3 points in Infernal Blade.
It's crazy. I think he just wants to harass for days. He just wants to bully the Weaver out. I think in a lane like this, Weaver should just be like keeping it the same, keeping the equilibrium steady and just farming, and then freeing up the AA to help out this Veno, because this Veno has zero support. He has been absolutely left alone, and you can see it being represented in the CS charts. This Lycan is dominating.
Alright, pops the Scorched Earth. Wykel getting aggressive. Okay, see, this confuses me now. So he's got the Soul Ring, but only 1 point in Scorched Earth.
Yeah. The Soul Ring is really... You get that if you're leveling Devour first, because the cooldown gets lower and the mana gets higher, so you can easily run out of
Well, you
mana.
also use it with Scorched Earth because it recovers. Like that's sort of what makes it viable. It's like Scorched Earth recovers your HP.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's only got 1 point in it.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
He's probably going to pick up the Sadia Tormentor right
Yeah,
now.
I would.
I love that. It's a free ring of health. It's really good.
6 HP
Veno's
regen
actually-
is crap.
You're recovering a little bit.
Some
The thing
bull.
about Veno Jungle is it's very difficult
Smart
to get
money.
when you get high level wards. So I think he should be okay to catch up. If he levels his wards a couple of times,
You mean she?
he should be fairly safe. Ooh, we're on it.
I think you mean she.
I call them by their like hero gender.
Oh, okay. You're familiar in sexing Venomancers, are you?
I think Venomance is a man.
What makes you think that?
Wasn't
All right,
he,
I've got
he
him in first person right now. Oh, in first person right now.
Wasn't he a person and then he was just completely poisoned and
Dire's
just
middle tower
like
is under
corrupted?
attack.
I actually think that you're right, but we do have Spiritbreaker charging in down on the bot lane.
Doom's really
They are
deep.
looking for Doom. He does have Doom available though. Here comes Chow Ma with the cold
Oh.
feet. Doom taking a lot of damage. Does manage to get away
He's
from
dead.
the cold feet, but
Oh,
a single right click's gonna get the job done. There it is. Aku running in now, looking for some revenge,
a
but
great charge.
he's gonna find him. Yeah, deep behind enemy lines here.
No.
Let's get out.
King missing out
Radiant's
on that
middle
Burrow Strike by
tower
about like
is
10
under
mana.
attack.
Alright, well that was pretty good for them. I think that was very greedy
Dire's
of
bottom
them
tower
to
is
dive
under
underneath
attack.
that tower. Just forgetting that I think Doom has 0 armor and he just got shredded by the tower as well as the Weaver bugs.
Yeah, that and you don't have Scorched Earth. I think just like if I was doing this build, I would have gone like a casual like Basie ring instead.
Yeah, maybe just for that little bit of extra armor. I
Like,
do that sometimes
Yeah,
as well.
like you don't need a whole lot of mana to cast Infernal Blade on cooldown.
Yeah. When
And,
it
yeah.
gets to that 4-second cooldown, you might,
Radiant's
but
top
not even
tower
close
This
to
is
that
is
under
yet.
true,
So.
attack.
The Basilius, I picked that up. I usually don't often pick up the Soul Ring, but the Basilius I quite like just because it gives you an
Radiant
extra bit of armor
structures are
as well as the mana
fortified.
regen.
And you know, Vlax is
Radiant's
actually my
top
favorite
tower
item in
is
the
under
game.
attack.
Oh yeah? I often
Yeah.
pick up drums. Ooh, Lycan just pushing top there a little bit. Being harassed.
Getting,
a fair amount.
yeah. Oh, there actually might have been some kill potential if Chocolate had Poison Nova. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
That's
the level
that's
4,
a really tanky Lycan.
the level 4
Look at this!
Feral Impulse.
You see this stack?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Gold for me.
I
That's
mean,
nuts.
it's not exactly easy to take.
Oh! Oh! Bottom lane! Doom!
Yeah, that's the Doom used.
Yep.
I think if I saw that stack as the Venomancer, I'd just take it as soon as I could. Like you get like say an AA or a Thanking to cover you. You plant like 8 wards. They're level 4 wards now, so they're really hard to kill.
Yeah.
You
They're
could take
bullshit
that
is
stack
what they
very
are.
easily.
You know, I was working it out the other day. They do like way more damage than a range creep does, and have as much health as like a more health,
Yeah.
more HP, actually just a little bit less than a melee creep,
Yeah,
and they do like 250
Radiant's
damage
middle tower is
with
under
max points
attack.
and poison sting, and they're worth like
Exactly.
16 gold. That's
Yeah.
some crap.
Spiritbreaker pretty
Spiritbreaker
deep here.
charging in. Does have the cold feet
there
on
goes
it.
the epi.
Yeah, there's the epicenter. Out onto the Spiritbreaker. Maps picks up the kill. In comes the Doom though, diving under the tower.
Rubik's
Still very
dead.
low. Wackle doing a lot of damage here, but does have 2 points in the Scorched Earth, keeping him up.
I feel like they're almost. Oh, Venom might be caught here. Okay, no, he doesn't have a shapeshift up.
TP. Oh, if he'd used the Howl right at the start.
Illusion.
It was on cooldown, so
Rough. Heavy days.
yeah, that was close. But yeah, these dives are actually losing them. I think a lot of momentum because Doom isn't leveling Devour. He's at a good lane, but he's not going to be able to accelerate out of control like a Doom sometimes can. You get the phase, drums, blink, Shivers, and you can just go nuts. But yeah, he doesn't actually have the build to succeed with that. So while he's won his lane, after the lane, he's not going to farm
Radiant's
or
middle
have as much
tower
fight.
is under attack.
He is doing better than the Veno, but the Veno's catching up. Level 7, 37 last hits. The jungle has really treated the Veno nice, you know?
And can we talk about Dom in the mid lane for a second? So I would say he's been in an unfavorable matchup, and he's 77 versus 78 right now, lacking a few of the last hits that old Tinkerino has. But
Yep.
look at the damage he's done to that mid tower.
Yep,
He could even take
he's
it
done
here.
really well. I think simply because he's had a
Radiant's
couple of
middle
Spirit
tower
Breaker
is under
rotations,
attack.
and that just gives him room to breathe. And he's going to take that
too
down.
bad. Oh, bottom lane, Doom.
Oh,
Has
Doom.
Mega low on HP, trying to juke out in the trees, but the bug is giving him the vision,
Charge
just
coming
keeping
out.
himself alive, and there is Aurora
Now that's
with the Heat Seeker kill.
Yeah,
And Dom
this
gets the
this
mid
Doom
tower.
is he's having a rough time now. This, you know, I think he's staying in this lane too long. At this point, I think.
Oh, Maps just getting out of that one.
Oh. Yeah, they're just getting a little bit
HP.
overzealous, I think. The players are all still very much in their lanes, and it's about 14 minutes into the game.
You're right. This is one of the longest laning stages that I have ever seen.
Yeah, only one tower down, but yeah, they really want to keep this stable. I don't necessarily think that's the best thing for Sun at the moment.
Swifter than ever.
Especially with the couple of dives that they have has really ruined their
I'll
momentum.
take your tribute.
All right, I like this. Chalkmint. That sponsorship is gonna get me all game. Chalkmint going ATOS first. I like that against the Lycan.
It's an interesting pickup. It's definitely unique, and I think it's good because they don't necessarily have a lot of long-range lockdown. If you can set up the ATOS or Rubik's Stone,
Doom's looking for he's looking for a Doom. Wycol gets the off mid-cast animation.
The thing about dooming a Weaver is that oftentimes you can just Shikuchi, and even though you get the Doom off, the Shikuchi still goes off, and then you can sort of run.
Yeah, and then you just run away and disengage. And then it's less Doom and more mildly inconvenience.
You're gonna see him.
Oh, but there it is! Does get it connected this time. Gets the big Infernal Blade. That is very likely to be a dead Weaver unless he gets denied. Oh, are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? Oh, nice!
Oh, no!
Yes! Aku with the dives under the tier 1. Gets the job done. No one denying him. No one denying her.
Radiant's top tower
If he had run
is under
back
attack.
immediately to the tower instead of running left a
Radiant
little bit and
structures
doing the
are
double take,
fortified.
he might have lived. Who knows? Lycan, meanwhile, taking the top tower, using the most of that
Radiant's top
space.
tower has fallen.
You can
Yeah,
see,
who
it's
would've-
pretty reliably ahead, 4K.
Oh, look at this ward off.
Tinker just being Tinker.
This is
Radiant's
actually
bottom tower
one of the
is
most...
under
When you're
attack.
playing Venomancer, like, getting your ward stolen is
Radiant
one of the most
structures
frustrating
are
things.
fortified.
Yeah, as a
Oh,
Rubik,
Exodus.
you can do so much more.
Exodus! Exodus! Oh, he goes down.
Stokes the furnace.
Dom really
I'm
low on
surprised.
HP as well. This could be terminal.
Oh,
Oh, it most
blink.
definitely is. There is the stun. One right click, two right clicks going in. There's the kill. Aku trying to get denied, but just a little bit too far away. Ulting
Okay, he's got time lapse.
the Weaver feels a little bit questionable. There's the time lapse. Very low on HP. Down he goes. They're going to
Oh,
find
now
themselves
Rubik-
Rubik as well.
Rubik
Wycol?
die as well.
Wycol? I feel like that was the kill. Like, for sure.
I understand why he didn't. People are going to be up soon. They can TP in. You're not too sure who's there. This Lycan really doesn't have any presence right now. He has taken the top tower. He's got a ward there, but I mean, that Lycan and the Rubik have really only spent most of their time shutting down the Veno. And Veno can very easily recover. They're going to shrine up right now. Oh, it's like a 4-man shrine.
Oh! That
They're going to
hit.
spot it out though, at least.
Yeah, that's going to do nothing, but... Oh, in goes Maps with the epicenter and the fucking stun. Oh, that's a lot of damage, and she goes down without getting anyone.
The thing about magic damage on Doom is that he has the raw health.
That's true.
He's going for Shadowblade next. He's got the drums now.
I like
So
that.
he
He
can
wants to
very
catch
easily
the he wants to catch the Weaver.
Yep, I
that's-
think it's really good here.
Yeah, that's really the only way to guarantee that you get a Doom off. Like, you can blink, but then you still have that cast animation, that massive cast animation.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when that was nerfed. Devastating. I
Yeah,
hated it.
it killed him
Yeah.
for a while.
It
He's
re-
only barely coming back. You know what they need to
I
do
think
for Doom?
Infernal Blade is quite strong.
I
It's
think
real-
a very valid buff would be to make Doom a non-deniable spell.
I think after that, then there's only... How many deniable spells would there be left in the game? 2?
Take us.
Yeah, and they're both
Gale
on Veno.
and Dagger?
Well, oh yeah, Dagger. Forgot about that one.
There's only like 3 in the game right now.
Yep,
I
that's
can't
right.
remember.
So it
Dire's
is
top
only 3.
tower is under
I
attack.
remember checking that not too long ago.
That'd be lame. That like denying people is almost not a mechanic anymore.
That's true.
I guess
Very
it's
close.
frustrating to play against.
I like denying as a mechanic, but I feel like you shouldn't be able to deny Doom. Like, it's his title spell. What else does he
Yeah.
have? And like, Doom very early
Dire's
on is more like,
structures are fortified.
you're mildly
Dire's top
inconvenienced.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's not
Oh!
terminal. Oh, Tinker is mildly inconvenienced. Oh, she's greatly
Actually,
inconvenienced.
buddies.
Where's,
buddies.
oh yeah, here's the backup, but there's Aku securing the kill. Oh, Mint almost blinks in and gets the deny. She does have the Burrow Strike available, but there is the stun. There's that 17%, and Sun just running over Mint. They do get the Doom in return.
Oh.
Very close.
Is no dishonor.
So all these fights, it's pretty back and forth, but they really favour Sun's lineup. They have much more of a team fight setup, whereas Mint has more of like a roam going on. And the fact that they didn't win their lanes has been really problematic for them, because now the Venom can't really do much, and the Lycan and the Spirit Breaker are doing a lot.
Oh, the stun connects on to Venomancer. There's the charge coming in as well. Dom's got a lot of damage here. Does unfortunately miss with the Starstorm. Shock Mint does manage to get the ulti off.
I know he's going to get
Spirit
stunned.
Breaker, yep, gets stunned out. There is Maps with the long range stun, and Aurora finishes things off.
Alright, Tinker's finished his blink, and Veno's finished the Atos, so maybe there
Radiant's
might be
middle tower
opportunity.
is under attack.
This ward is actually catching out so many people just by the shrine.
I like that spot. It's good.
My pet
Yeah.
thanks you.
It's just been like, it was counting out, it was like spotting out the Veno before. Is he gonna
Tinker
get it?
knows exactly where he is.
I hope it's clear which of us has
That's
the
actually a
lead.
really good kill. That's 600 gold right there.
That ward's not going to last long now, though, but
Oh, it's definitely worth it.
yeah, it paid for itself.
Oh, lag 1 sec. Alright. The I think Mint just need to sort of slow it down and split the map as much as possible. If they lose a hero or two, it's okay, as long as they're not losing more map control. But these aggressive wards are doing so much right now across the map for Sun. The only problem is they're just taking their time. They don't want to really pressure. I think they're just taking fights that Mint are being too overly aggressive on.
Yeah, I would say most of the deaths from both teams have been from overextension, right?
Yeah, I would tend to agree. Building towards this top T1 right now. It's on half health. They should be able to get it.
Yeah,
as long as-
run is down for 40 seconds. Surely you just give away that tier 1.
I think yeah, that's a really good pickup for them. It really opens up the jungle, and they need that map control right now because Tinker needs more places to farm. Otherwise, he's just going to suck up all the farm, and Veno and Weaver aren't going to get anything. Because right now, they're giving Veno a lot of space. They've climbed back up to 5.2k, so pretty good, especially considering the laning stage. But Doom's still in front, and now he's going to start leveling that Devour. He's halfway to his Shadow Blade, and it just makes the whole map so much less safe for them. Like, you know, he could be anywhere. He's just going to doom you and you're going to die. And until Lincoln's comes up for any of their heroes, it's going to be really hard to farm safely. Although Weaver has 3k gold just stashed up. And so does Tinker. Tinker's going to get his blink, but Weaver actually has nothing shift keyed up right now. Provide.
Alright, while we've got some downtime, we need to go back to talking about Venomancer.
Oh yeah?
Alright, okay. So Venomancer changed species completely. It was like a wizard or a warlock, right?
Yeah.
Do you still keep your gender? Like biologically speaking? Or like your sex?
Whoa. If we're talking about gender, then that would be like your.
You're right.
your
It probably
mind,
keeps
right?
his
So you
gender.
still
He
believe
probably
you're-
keeps his gender, but his sex is likely different.
Yeah. He
It's like
probably
a
still feels like a
gender
guy.
dysmorphic creature.
Yeah. That'd be rough, man. Because you'd still feel like you're a guy, but you would have changed.
And then like you try to use your fingers, and then you remember that you don't have any.
Yeah.
That
Then
would
you
suck.
remember that you're just a giant banana. That's rough.
It's not a banana anymore. You changed.
I miss Banana Mancer. I really do.
I love the Banana Mancer taunt.
Oh, it's beautiful. I always forget to use it. I've stopped playing Venomancer recently. I used
That's
to play
good.
him a
It's
little
nice.
bit.
It's nice that you're reforming and you're making changes.
Honestly, Underlord is worse. I think Underlord's way worse. Doom's actually got an invis rune here, and Doom is up. Is he gonna see the stand?
He is. Sand King
Does he
has
go
cancelled the stand. So there it is. Not wasting any time. Sets
Bye-bye.
things up straight away. Follows up with the Infernal Blade, and that is one dead Syndicong.
Vote for me.
Syndicon.
Syndicong.
Cinderin, lol.
Dyer's
Tinker's already
middle
setting up
tower
the top
is under
T2.
attack.
They actually have really good high ground. That's one of the things that worries me. Combine these wards with March of the Machines, and they have what? 3
You're
melee
100%
heroes?
right. There is a lift back. They do have the Charge of Darkness available. They also have the Nether Strike. And, yeah, I don't even need it.
Dyer's bottom
Boom, boom.
tower is under attack.
That's a 1-2.
Thanks.
Oh, they've got Wycall as well. Oh my god, that Lycan. You see how much damage he just did?
Was that? I don't know if that was a crit.
Oh, no, 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 no! No, Maps! He gets taken down as well. This Lycan does so much damage. Chocolate, what are you doing? Oh no! She's suicidal. Somebody call Lifeline.
Radiant's top
I
tower
want to be a
is
man
under
again.
attack.
She cries out. Alright, at least they get the Rubik. That was bizarre.
This is chain
as soon
feeding.
as-
Prize is mine.
As soon as AA dies, you just want to get the hell out of there. They
You know,
might
gender
be looking to
dysmorphia
get
does a
Rorschach.
lot of bad things to people. Serious effects on people's mental health. I think that's just what happened to Venomancer there.
I'm surprised they don't actually try for a Roche just then, but I guess they're taking it slow, knowing that the overextension is what has really hurt them so far. Their lead is not insurmountable, especially when going high ground against this team. It's just going to be absolutely horrific.
Yeah, I think you get like Hurricane Pike on Rana and you just try and like hit it from the low ground or something. I don't know. They don't really have much
You could
siege.
do-
That's like the best that they have, I think.
You can go like old school and grab like, I guess it's old school now. It's not really old school overall, but you go like Blink Ags Dagon, and then try and jump the Tinker because he's not going to have much more survivability for a while.
That's true.
But then again, by the time that you get to high ground, I feel like Tinker is just going to have so much farm. He's got his Blink now. Yeah, he's already moving in towards that Aether Lens. He's going to be getting the Ags next. It's going to be really hard to shut him down at all. Yeah, it looks like Mirana's going to go for the Diffusal. Obviously, you know, the item for every single Adu carry besides Mask of Madness.
Okay, down bot, Weaver, a lot of shit. Pops the time lapse, but they do have the Spirit Breaker charge. Finishes there. Okay, and they're not committing.
Yeah. I think they just don't know who's behind. It does surprise me that they don't go for that because they do have those 2 aggressive wards around still. Did they
They have a
not?
sentry
They
right
haven't
on top of
dewarded
that.
this.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
Well, what
Have I
happened?
noticed?
What happened last time
Smiles
Venomancer
upon
went
me.
through that area? Oh, here
Yeah,
goes.
but I would have. That was placed recently. It was placed within 4 minutes. You can't place a ward and not see where it is. Sentry wards give vision. Might look to catch the Mirana here.
They will catch it, starting up with the stun. They got the slow from the Diffusal Blade. The ult from Ancient Apparition is going to miss.
They don't have dust, do they?
Who has detection? Does nobody have detection?
No.
Heavy days.
Yep. Tinker actually missed the rockets there. I think he did it just. She
Oh,
might have.
oh,
just,
they want some revenge.
Oh no.
Chance in his entourage. They're looking for
Don't
AA.
TP in, Tinker. Don't TP in. Oh no. Okay, actually, they've
All right, can they turn this around? Aku very low on HP. Does get the deads before he's able to get anything off. Lycan in the trees now. They know that he's there as well.
I
Xiaoma
forgot that.
left to the wolves.
I forgot that Doom didn't have a blink. I was like, he's going to TP in, and then even if he TPs back to his team, they're just going to get collapsed on. But they actually managed to play that very nicely. They were all grouped. They had, like, Tinker blinked right to his team, and the 4 of them just absolutely collapsed onto the Spirit Breaker, and he died before he could even ult. And then, you know, Lycan kind of has to run back because he doesn't want to get hit by cold feet. Really good play by them. I think Lycan probably could have ran more aggressive and then ran back in to dispel the cold feet. But that is a big risk to take. And right now, that's just more time for the Tinker to get just so much more. Lycan's almost finished that BKB though, so that's going to be very helpful.
How do you feel about the
Dyer's
Mask of
bottom
Madness,
tower
like
is under
the
attack.
late Mask of Madness that's about to come out of Mirana?
I don't mind it. I think it's going to allow to push a bit faster, farm a little bit faster, and the Diffusal can be quite helpful for burning mana. Because recently they buffed the mana break on the main hero, but nerfed it on illusions. Burns 50 mana per hit,
That's
so
a lot.
it's really sizable, especially against heroes that can have a small mana pool, like Sand King and Weaver. Sand King usually picks up the arcane boots, but yeah, so it can have a pretty big impact. So I do like it, and once you've used like your few abilities, you don't really need them. The only thing you need to save is Leap for an escape. So I quite like it. I think
Radiant's
if you're going to get it
bottom
though,
tower
you
is under
should
attack.
get it earlier because it's just going to
Dire's
improve your farm so
structures are
much.
fortified.
Well, that's
They're
why.
gonna go top.
That's why I was talking about
Dire's
it
top
being
tower
being
is
so
under
late.
attack.
In comes the Doom.
Dire's top
Does
tower.
not have
They
the
see
Doom to set things
They
up,
see
but
him.
looking for the Ancient Apparition
What's he
straight
doing?
away. He was right underneath the Sentry Wards. They left that a little bit late. Maybe waiting to see who else was coming to back in. There comes the Ancient Apparition. Ice Blast goes right over the top of the Rubik. Does not hit him with the blast though, and Sun is just turning this around. Venomancer getting run down now as well. Looks like Rubik maybe going to survive through this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
Just see
Yeah, he's going to live.
the power of like when they just get together and take a fight, that team fight from the Spirit Breaker and the Lycan, they absolutely just run in and close on that Tinker
Radiant's
so
bottom
quickly.
tower has
And we were
fallen.
surprised about the Tinker pick when like against Spirit Breaker as well as Lycan, and I think it's showing up now that it can be really weak.
So, things overall are starting to look quite grim for Mint.
Yes,
I think their hope here is a high ground holdout.
definitely. Yeah, I don't think they have many other opportunities. They can't take a 5v5 right now, 5v5 fight. I think that's just going to be too hard. Lycan's going to have BKB in his next fight. I don't know, Doom's building towards a pipe as well. He's going to have that finish next. And it suddenly becomes so difficult to take any sort of fight at all because Doom is healing up and he's got all this support, and then they have the null field on top of that. And now, you know, null field's level 4, they have a pipe. Very difficult to do damage. If Tinker gets Ags,
Maybe they can do a lot more. The pure damage can go a lot further, but
I don't see Weaver and Veno pulling out the damage they need to win these fights, especially when Weaver has to delay a damage item for a Linken's.
Yeah, I'd really like to have seen, I guess, maybe more of a glass cannon build from Weaver.
It's really tough. I think you can. I think it just stems down. It comes back to the lanes that they didn't give. I don't think they gave Veno enough support at all. I
Alright,
think
we're
Sand
going
King
into
can
Lycan.
Yeah, Sand King can do quite well against a Lycan with Caustic and things like that. So if you'd put him in that top lane, at least for a little bit, let Veno get a couple of levels, let him get those wards, and then leave, I think it would have gone a lot better. Doom was going to get his farm regardless. It seems, from the way the lane played out, he was doing really well, so he was going to get his farm regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they're going to go in for the Roche now. These
They
pauses,
are.
man.
I actually think Dom missed the arrow on Lycan.
On the Roche.
Yeah, on the Roche, sorry.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Someone
attack.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he missed that. Oh, dinosaur.
Tinker.
Has been found by Aurora. Blink
Oh.
forward. That's not going to get the
Yes.
job done. But Aku
Oh, wait,
with
then
the
the
right
strike is
clicks. Here's the backup coming, but it's too late
Oh,
already.
one
Maps
hit.
drops the ultimate right on top of the Spirit Break. They need one more to get the job done. Rhino really low on HP. In comes the Doom. Does get it out on the Venomancer, but the Poison Over is on cooldown, so maybe not the end of the world for them, but it is the end of the world for Venomancer. The dysmorphic little snake as they run down Chao Ma. Exodus. Oh yeah. Shockwave gets it done.
Do you need to pause right now? I don't know. It just feels like these fights, they don't have the damage, and they don't have the utility either. They're quite low on stuns, which is why they got the Atos, but they don't have the burst either.
I reckon you guys should change net cafes.
Play from home. Sit at the comfort from your own home.
Well, that's where I am.
Yep. Nice
Uh,
and comfy here.
in
Although
my
it's
in my
pretty hot.
in my studio, in my DX Racer, please sponsor me.
Oh, yeah. Be subtle about it, won't gotcha.
using my Logitech G700 mouse. I could do with an upgrade as well, Logitech. If anyone is
If you
watching.
could chuck me some free merchandise, that'd be great too. Just like anything, that'd be great.
I could send you. What do I have on my desk?
A sticker.
I do not have a sticker on my desk. Oh, I have some 3M double-sided tape, and I would be happy to cut off some and send it your way.
Oh yeah, all right. Next time you're in South Australia, I would love some tape.
Well, I said I was going to send it to you. It's fine.
Wait, are you gonna pay? You gonna pay for post? That's.
I
didn't
would.
expect that. Wow, that's really considerate, man.
I mean, it's going to fit into like a standard letter envelope, isn't it?
Yeah, that's beautiful. What if it's double-sided? It might stick.
That's true. And then you could stick. You'd have to cut the envelope open, and then you could stick it to the wall, and I could sign the inside of it, and you can have my signature on your wall.
I don't want your signature on my wall. My wall is currently a montage of a Dota 2 hero.
Oh, really?
Correct. Yep. It's really cool. It looks really cool. It's like each of them is like their splash art with a quote from the hero below it, and I've done it in a montage and arranged it by like color, so it's like white, red to.
Are you gonna take a photo of that for me?
Black and purple. I have a photo. I could link it in the casters chat, the exclusive casters chat.
Please do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. So your signature wouldn't belong there. Sorry.
Is it like painted on, or is it like posters? I mean, I suppose I'll find out in a second.
It's like pieces of A4 card.
So they're like prints.
Yeah. Looks pretty good. I'd be pretty happy with it. Anyway.
Me too. Can you send me those?
You know what? I could give you the photos online. Oh, there's a lot of drawing on the map going.
See, on my
They're a
wall,
little bit frustrating.
I have sound deadening. You know the cone stuff?
No, I don't have that.
Yeah, I can hear that. I can tell.
Oh yeah, all right.
There is a very small amount of echo coming from your room.
Wow. I'm Mitch. I'm elitist.
You are Mitch.
I know.
We are both
I was
Mitch.
talking about myself. This Rubik's going to be finishing a Glimmer Cave now. That is rough stuff.
Yeah, got Max Nullfield now too.
22% from Nullfield. You got like, I mean, what's the active on Glimmer? Like 35%,
55?
is it?
I think it's 55.
55?
Or is
I
it
don't know.
45?
45%. You got 45% from Glimmer. You got like 10% AoE from the Pipe Aura soon. And then you've got like absorbing 400 magic damage.
Yeah,
How do you do any
from
damage as a
the
Venom?
pipe on Doom.
Yeah, he's almost finished it. He's 300 gold away.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see any of the tankier heroes dying. Even with something like AA, who has like the Icy Vortex to reduce that magic resist. It's just not enough.
Yeah, like even. So most of their cores are really tanky, with the exception of like Morana. I mean, Spirit Breaker's not a core, but like Spirit Breaker is tanky. Lycan is super tanky. Doom is super tanky. Rubik's a bit squished, but he's got 1300 HP. I mean, it's not nothing.
Yeah, definitely. And it's showing in these team fights, they can really run at them without being afraid of losing the fight. As long as they don't get split and they don't lose like a key hero at the start of the fight, something like a Doom or a Spirit Breaker, I think they're very confident in taking any manner of fights across the map, even without vision. It's I almost fell off chair just then. Woo! Without vision,
is that because you don't have a DX racer? Please sponsor me.
No, it's because I was leaning back on my chair because the pause has been going on for a long time.
This is true.
That's the main thing, you know. I'm trying to preoccupy myself.
I think at some point there's supposed to be like, I don't know. I feel like as an admin, I'm supposed to like do something.
Yeah.
Like tell them to. There's like a max amount of time, and I don't know what it is. I'll have to like. I'm actually. They're gonna make me read these documents, and they're gonna make me find out what it is.
We're gonna bring in the big gun.
I'll just call like Pray. We have a situation.
we have a situation. Exactly right.
You sent
I mean, it's just normal Oz dotes, but it's getting a bit out of control at this point.
it is.
Maybe I'll ask if we have an ETA. Should I
Sounds
ask
reasonable. Yeah, go ahead.
Look at that! I'm sponsored by Australia Post. I'm
I
not
am
actually.
self-sponsored.
Self-sponsored. Wow.
ANZ Dota.
Nice. Do you pay yourself?
Well, you see, the site doesn't make any money.
That's fair.
It's like a public service, I guess.
Yep. And we all appreciate it, Mitch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually,
Actually,
oh, yeah, maybe. So I've got the so ANZ Dota's first. I'm gonna talk about it like an entity, as if there's a we. But ANZ Dota's first tournament is coming up. I think we've got 9 teams.
9 teams.
Which
Fantastic.
means that the website will cover its expenses for 1 month.
That's awesome. That's actually really cool.
Yup.
That's exciting.
I was hoping to like be able to like get enough teams so I could pay casters and stuff as well, but
15 minutes of pause time per game. Ooh. Is anyone tracking the pause time?
yeah, the admin should be.
Yeah, who's that? Who's that, Mitch?
Yeah, I know, right?
Who knows? Where is the admin, actually? Get him in here. Pray.
I'm the admin for this game.
Yeah. I was trying to help you out there.
I know we are over 5 minutes. I think we must be.
I figured that. I got that.
Because I've got the Twitch open. We're on a 5-minute delay, and Twitch is paused, so there's been 5 minutes at least.
That is rough.
And Hawkeye tells me that Morana didn't miss the arrow mid at the Alan Roshan. He threw it mid instead.
Wooden PCs, man. What are they up to? I'm surprised they don't just. I know I'm not one for GGing out. I admire people who don't GG out until the last thing, unless it's absolutely insurmountable. I haven't abandoned a game in like 3 years.
Why is it that I can only talk to team? I'm trying to like talk.
Shift enter.
Shift enter. Oh. We are definitely nearing on 10 minutes. That's for sure.
And I think, well, this is 10 minutes on this pause. I think there's 5 minutes of pause for the rest of the match, so.
I'll have to give him the benefit of the doubt here, I think. That's,
Yep.
Not actually the most amazing admin in the world.
Yeah. Oh, this is a disaster. You're never casting again. You're never casting in this town again.
In this town.
Yep. Is this the point where we start rating people's sets?
It is. It most definitely is. All right.
There's only
All right.
4 people alive.
That's it. It is very difficult. All right, let's check out Weaver. What's Weaver got?
Weaver's pimped out, man. Weaver's got the golden.
Oh, he's half buried in a building. It actually almost makes for some nice scenery. You've got some stuff coming out of that.
I think his particle effects are back in base. For me, they are anyway. He's got the golden antenna.
Yeah, you're right. His particle effects have been left in the fountain.
He's got the crimson back. That is a pimped out Weaver.
It's a very beautiful scene here with the Weaver. We can see, the tower in the background. You've got the particle effects between the two buildings as Weaver's antenna flow gently in the breeze. The beautiful forest behind. It's quite beautiful.
I can see the inside of the racks. It's empty.
It's not racks. Oh, it is too. What the fuck am I talking about?
I don't know. But
I didn't realize that it was like conjoining particle effects between the two racks. I never picked up on that before.
Alright, to the next hero, Rubik. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anything on. This is disappointing. Okay, he's got a mask. And oh, that stuff is ugly. That's
What's up?
ugly
Rubik?
stuff.
Rubik? I haven't looked at Rubik yet. Alright. Oh my god.
Generic.
I just looked at him then. Like, I had, like, cinematic perspective on Weaver and then looked at Rubik and it was quite horrifying.
His head's cocked to the side, man. He's just doing his own thing. Doom's alright. You know, he's alright. He's got a generic set. He's looking pretty snazzy. His blade, Molten Fracture, it's pretty good. Now the Lycan, this is the best one. He's got the Necro book on the Lycan. That's what I'm talking about. He's got a little Necro book. He's got the spiky claws. Got the Blood Moon set. Absolutely gorgeous. Lycan definitely wins.
Okay, let me bring up. Oh, he's dead. Oh no, that's Venomancer. Doom. I like
Yeah,
this
you can't
Doom
bring
though.
up anyone. Doom's alright. My set's better. I don't know.
Just Lycan. There he is.
Lycan is great. Look at him. Look at him.
You mean Wolverine?
That's exactly right. 1 minute. Alright, 1 minute. We should probably apply a draft penalty next game.
I don't think that's a thing.
Should be. Should be. Whoa. You know, let's just we can have a peaceful moment.
See, here I am in the stream with Lycan right now, and I can hear the soft, soothing
Sounds of the forest.
That's it. It's beautiful. I can hear the water flowing.
Actually, is quite a. It's quite dreamy.
You just close your eyes for a second, and it's
I'd live in the Dota 2 universe.
Really?
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
Wouldn't it sort of be like living in
long
the
as I got to
Gaza
be one of the
Strip
heroes.
constantly?
Yeah. You know, I thrive on conflict. As long as I got to be one of the heroes. If you could be any hero, which one would you be?
As far as their actual ability or their lore ability?
Yeah, either or.
You have to be like Enigma or one of the fundamentals, maybe Earth Spirit.
One
Sorry,
of
Earth.
the OP ones.
No. What do you call it? Not because of their like OP, but like their lore is OP. Like
Yeah.
Elder Titan can literally create worlds.
Yep.
The Titans built their own worlds. Enigma is like outlasts all of the universe, as do the fundamentals.
Yeah.
Definitely
They're
wouldn't want to
OP
be
in lore.
Coddle. I would have to, if I was one of the fundamentals, I'd have to
Yeah.
be Io.
Io? He's pretty chill.
Yeah,
I think
like
I'd be Zeus or Storm Spirit.
why those two?
I know, just controlling lightning is friggin' awesome. Storm Spirit, he seems like a fun guy. I'm a fun guy. No, he zips around. That'd be pretty chill.
I don't know, surely Brewmaster would be cooler. I mean, you're never lonely, and you've got all of this alcohol, so you definitely have friends.
I'm not a big drinker, so...
Neither am I,
Brewmaster-
but if you have alcohol, you have friends. You don't have to drink yourself.
True. Brewmaster kind of does, though. I feel
Yeah, given one of his abilities is drunken haze. Wait, or are the other people... No, the other heroes are drunk. He makes them drunk. He like
Yeah, he
squirts
makes them
alcohol on them.
Yep, Yep.
He's like Duffed Man, but of the Dota world.
I miss old Panda and Brewmaster where you used to douse people in alcohol and then set them on fire. That was great. Old Dota 1. Well, that wasn't even Dota 1. That was just Warcraft 3. It's almost up. Said 1 minute. It's definitely been 1 minute.
They gave them two. They gave them 2 of their own minutes.
How nice of them.
Oh, looks like we got to
HSC, does that stand
unpause.
for high school?
High school certificate.
Is that what it stands for?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. We're back in.
Alright, well, look, they're all dead, so someone can just micro Weichel. Oh, that was a little bit of a mouthful.
Whoa. Face destroyed. Yeah, that was a long chrono. Bad joke? Yeah, alright. Could have given me a courtesy laugh. I would have appreciated it.
Radiant's
I gave
top
you a
tower
courtesy
is
laugh.
under
Yeah,
attack.
that's alright. They're going to back off and take the Roshan.
Roshan has fallen to the
Expected
dark.
them to do it a little bit earlier, but that's fair. They have the BKB on Lycan now. They can really force a fight, I think. With the BKB, Lycan can just like jump straight up to that Tinker. Then after that, yeah, Vision of the Tinker, you can get a charge off, you can do whatever. So feels like they have a pretty strong handle on this game right now, especially with Pipe being finished up soon. Oh, it's finished now. Shiva's next. Lovely.
I'm glad this game resumed, because we were about to start having to theory craft 7.07.
I was gonna say, like, do you think it's gonna come out soon? So it's 4 days till
The prize
the
is
PGL,
Mhm.
and then that goes for 4 days, and then there's a 4-day gap until ESL 1. So it's either from now until the 19th, or I think it's the 23rd until the 27th that it will be released.
I would prefer now. We're on,
so
like,
would I.
literally 6 months of 7.07.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Sooner rather than later, please. I'm ready for a change.
I think the more you get into Dota, the easier it is to and the bigger Dota gets, and the more like devoted the pro scene is, the faster they figure out strong strategy. Doom's gonna go on the.
Here we go. Here we go. Starting off on Jockman. They are looking for some revenge from that long ass pause. Maps getting chunked down by Chase Rivers on the Lycan. Venomancer down as well, and with this, oh!
Dire's bottom
That was a
tower is under
2-hit.
attack.
Was that even
That
a
was
crit?
brutal. That was a crit. That was a crit. There's no way that
Radiant's
wasn't a
middle
crit.
tower is
That was
under
a crit
attack.
with Solar Crest. It was a bit of an early Solar BKB, but Tinker's actually going to use up all
Radiant's
his
middle
mana
tower has
right now,
fallen.
so they might look to either go for the T3 or push top and get that top T2. Maybe they'll wait for a shapeshift and BKB and then go again after having gone the top T2.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like maybe they should have just pressured. It's only going to get harder once Venomancer's back up.
I definitely think they could have, especially considering the Doom is still up, but Pipe and Shapeshift were down, Nether Strike down, Moonlight Shadow down. I understand why they're being hesitant.
Yeah, I guess you can look at it in two ways. Like, one of them is like, we're so far ahead, like, it's fine. Or the one is, we're so far ahead, let's not risk it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
I
like,
think that's the way to play it.
I don't know, maybe they don't rate the Venomancer D-push with the Plague Wards very much.
I think they're just feeling pretty content to keep the game going as it is, because Doom is just going to farm really quickly. Morana can carry quite
Radiant's
well,
top tower
and even
is
though
under
maybe,
attack.
you know, Mid
Dire's
might have a
middle
better
tower
scaling
is
lineup
under
by like
attack.
an hour, it's not
Dire's
going to get there.
structures are fortified.
So they're happy to take it to like 40, 50 minutes when
Dire's
they're
middle
still stronger,
tower has fallen.
and then push. But they're just going to get the top T2 and then push the top T3
Radiant's
as well.
top
And
tower
I think
is
this is
under
the right
attack.
decision actually, because now BKB shapeshift up,
Dire's
Doom's still
bottom
up.
tower is
They've
under
got
attack.
Nether Strike now. They got Moonlight Shadow. They've got the Necro book up as well. Everything is ready to go. So
And Lycan still has a lot of room to grow, and 9
Actually-
seconds on his BKB.
they're actually backing off again.
Are they looking for like
They
a
want to
smoke?
catch the Weaver.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They just got the top
Regeneration.
spot T1.
Hey, runs on the board. That's nice.
It's interesting that they backed off after that. I would have
Oh,
thought.
in comes Aku. Stun connects. No
Does
dust.
he have
No
dust?
detection. Sand King
Why
with
did
the
he have
stun.
dust?
He's got the Blade Mail as well. In comes Ancient Apparition Blast from downtown. will connect onto the Rubik and the Spirit Breaker, but that is not enough to save the Weaver. He just got killed by the supports.
Yep. He hasn't finished that that Lincoln's yet. So close.
That's so rough.
Yeah, he didn't finish. He didn't get off the time lapse.
You know it's a harsh game when the supports just solo you.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's just rough. That's all you can really
Oh,
say.
oops, says Chance.
Oh no.
That's actually gonna hurt their high ground. They'll have to wait now.
Yep. Oh well. They're playing this super safe. Like, I think they really should have gone top, to be honest.
What do you mean when they were there?
Everything was up. BKB, Shapeshift, Necrobook. And more than that, like, Weaver and Tinker were split pushing, so you have that good 5-10 seconds. And with a Lycan, 5-10 seconds can be a tower.
Stream just resumed as well. They're out of the pause. You know what's funny? The viewer count went up while we were paused.
I feel so sorry for them.
Maybe.
Hey guys, just tuned in. How long's it been paused for? Yeah, like 15 minutes.
I think it was probably long. I'll be fair. I think it was probably longer than Mint's 15 minutes this game. I'll have to take note of it for next game.
They've actually smoked up. They're sitting behind the Weaver, maybe trying to bait him.
Double damage.
Man, you know what sucks? I'm gonna have to like cut out so much of the talking when I upload this to YouTube. Like all that pause. I usually go back and edit them. But like we had so much good conversation. And now this conversation isn't even gonna make sense.
Vanish.
I think that's a stretch. Good conversation. Who knows? Actually, this is a deep
Dire are scanning.
They're looking for something.
Moonlight, Shadow, and Smoke. That's a lot for this. Not catching anything yet.
Well, they're gonna get the super valuable background ward. That's nice.
I saw someone ping. I'm like, they pinged it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, they know it's there now.
Oh.
Rubik just stole Plague Wards from the low ground.
Plague Wards.
I mean, that's not. How do you counter Venomancer? Plague Wards.
Yeah.
Oh, and here comes
Sometimes-
the Tinker spam.
Yeah. Plague Wards in this situation aren't actually always that good. They can kind of just die very quickly.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing that happen now.
Like, look what's happening.
Oh, they're just going in. Oh, does he just pop BKB and hit?
Oh! Did he
Dire's
cancel his
bottom
epi?
tower is
It did.
under attack.
It did? Or did he get hit by Dingo? Look, Aku down. No tier 3 yet.
Dead? Oh, arrow hits Weaver. That gives them a pretty clean escape.
I think Doom cancelled it with the Infernal Blade.
Did he? But no. We'll go back and look at that one. Either way, it didn't go off.
Alright, Lycan.
This is rough. We were. I knew.
Get it? Because he's Lycan? Ah!
Yeah, no, I do. It wasn't intentional. And you're making me feel bad because I made an unintentional pun. But I
You
think
just admitted it.
we knew that Veno and Tinker High Ground was good. I didn't expect it to be as strong as it was just then. And I think
The
just
prize is
very
mine.
clearly popping the wolf and diving like that was a bold move.
I liked it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can like it. I don't think it was smart though.
You see, what I think you should have done is you should have popped the wolf form, popped the BKB, taken the tower, and then just back. Go get shrines.
I think that would have been a much smarter decision. And you can poke much more
I
reliably.
think Rubik is dead. And the gem just got picked up too. Oh, they might soon return.
However,
to Sun's hand. Venoman's very low on HP.
They
Chase
fight
picks the kill up for
better
himself.
outside of base. They fight very well outside of the base with the wolf form up, so Lycan almost actually level 25. I wonder what he takes here. You see, a lot of people, the tool of summon is good, but I think this game they need that extra little bit of oomph in team fights.
Yeah, I would go the
Just get
shapeshift
it.
duration. There's too many slows this game.
Yeah. I think the Wolf Summon has the higher win rate on Dota Buff by a large amount, but I think that's because you pick it in winning games, whereas you pick the Shape in losing games.
Radiant structures are
I don't know. I
fortified.
feel like they're both situationally viable. It's not quite like the negative health. They are going to get the tier 3 thanks to
Radiant's
some
middle
crafty
tower
wolves.
has
That's really good.
Oh, mint! Maps! No!
That's rough. I don't know if
Did they
saw
even
that.
see that? Because she was smoked. Do you see the effects if
Radiant's
she
top
smoked?
shrine is under
I
attack.
am not sure because anything that originates from a hero you don't see, but I don't know if Epicenter is like originates from the hero or is like in an AoE and it's just like technically like a ground targeted
Yeah,
spell.
because
I'm
it
not
does
sure
it
how
does
to behave.
exist.
Radiant's top shrine has
Oh, Weaver.
fallen.
It goes off after he dies, so
Yeah.
we. Whoops.
Okay, alright. Let's take Leshrac for an example. You see Leshrac's when he's invisible.
Yep. Weaver was here.
Endurance run.
I mean, I get you trying to split push, but that feels aggressive.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
They might try to take advantage of this. They've got everything up besides Doom. They're just going to take the shrines, obviously. Yep. Take the shrines, wait for Roche. Oh, Roche is up. Get Roche.
That's an early spawn, isn't it?
I think that was quite quick.
I don't know. My view of time is distorted because of how long we were paused. Oh, he's just gonna run in again. Does have the BKB. He is going for kills. Who's he looking for? Drops the Ancient Apparition. That's down. Who else is down? Ancient Apparition down. Venomancer down, and this is just gonna be a set of racks.
Radiant's
Yep.
middle
Backdoor
tower
protection is
has
back up,
fallen.
but I think they can just fight through it.
I like it this time. They do it during nighttime. They really take them by surprise with that initiation, and they just absolutely rush them. And they don't have enough time to respond. So
Radiant's
I think
bottom
much better
shrine is
initiation
under
that time,
attack.
and they end up getting a Rax out of it. They're going to get the extra shrine, and they're probably going to get a Roche out of it. So really taking the game into full control now after that. Pretty disastrous quite early.
Radiant's bottom shrine
You see, this
has
is just
fallen.
one thing that they can do with Lycan. They don't even need to take team fights. You can just run him in and hit a tower, take it, and then get out.
You definitely can. The problem is that BKB almost down to 5 seconds now. He has been spamming that, and that one usage, that accidental usage was pretty problematic because now it's going to be on 5 seconds the next use.
And then there was that one that he was forced to pop to save himself from getting ganked by the Tinker and the Sand King.
So it's gone down extremely quickly, and after that, it's going to be really tough for them because Tinker's going to be closing in on that cast range talent. I assume he's going to take the cast range talent. And then he'll have an Aether Lens, and all of a sudden that laser is just going to be coming out from such a distance that it's going to be really difficult to get that damage out onto towers because you're just going to be lasered constantly.
Invisibility.
And Tinker is closing in on a Hex now too. Which is going to be a problem for
Rana has
Lycan.
BKB, and she's building towards the Lincolns though.
What's the
So
Lincoln's going to
they
save
have
her
a couple
from?
of tools to deal with it. If we look at like levels, I haven't moved from net worth for so long. Lycan's hit 25, and they're closing in on 225s with Doom and Mirana, and they're actually really strong ones. I think the arrows might be the way to go here. You could just like throw them up to the high ground, and it does so much in terms of zoning control. The leap attack speed is good, but because the bonus only lasts like 4
Your
seconds,
shrine
5
has
seconds
fallen
now,
to the dark.
I think it was compulsory when it lasted like 9 seconds, but
The
now that it
prize
lasts
is
5,
mine.
I think that's different.
Yeah, the 3 arrows gives you, I guess, more opportunity to create opportunities.
Just space and opportunities, exactly right. Like there's just more that you can do. And with Doom, he's going to close in on that level 25, so that 40 health regen basically makes you immune to dot damage.
Oh yeah. Plus his base of 18.
It's
like
like
60.
target ancients. Okay, that's fair enough.
The I think he's going to go for the ancient granite column.
Golem.
15% HP for everyone in an AoE.
You get the Golem. You can also get the Thunderhide Lizard, which gives a really nice attack speed aura and buff.
I think that the last thing their team needs right now is be tankier.
True.
Or actually, going high ground against Tinker,
It,
be a bit frustrating.
The extra health is useful. I'm not too sure how useful though, because it's more like.
Oh! They just hit a stun on the Tinker. In comes Spirit Breaker as well. Sand King drops the epicenter on it too, doing a lot of damage out. There is. Yep, there's the Aegis pop. Spirit Breaker down as well. Doom trying to get back up. There's Morana popping the BKB, going toe to toe with Wyckoff Stranger right now. Very low on HP, trading with the Tinker, having to get back. There is the BKB down. Lycan doing Lycan things.
Okay, so did he get a T3 off that?
He got a T3 and range Rax. That's not the end of the world.
Gold for me.
Yeah. Did he get the T3? Yes, he did. I was just trying to see if I can scroll up.
Dire's
Yeah, so
bottom
T3
tower is
in the
under
range
attack.
Rax. I don't know if it's fully worth it, but it's still. I'd say at the very least it's even.
What a hold by Mint.
Yeah. Cost them 2 buybacks though, so that's the real loss here. Tinker and Veno's buybacks, pretty huge. You can just see the power of like the Epi into the Poison Nova. Tinker wasn't even alive to get any damage off, and they all just melted. Even with like,
true.
Even with Pipe and Granite Aura and Nullfield, they still took a lot of damage.
Hawkeye says if he gets double wolves into Tinker Veno SK, he'll eat Novalau.
True. Who knows? People make random decisions all of the time.
So he did go with the shapeshift duration as well.
Yeah, I mean that's what we expected. It's just really good against a Veno as well. Oh,
I'll take your
never
tribute.
be slowed again. I mean, what's the uptime? Duration 33, cooldown 51, so more than 50% uptime. You can basically use it to get across the map.
Yeah.
That should help.
I mean, like, if you have 33 seconds with 650 move speed, how far can you get across the map? Can you go from...
I don't know. How many units from one side of the
down?
map to the other? Well, very aggressive here by Sand King. Gonna get caught out, though. They do have the stun. Does pick herself up the invis as well.
Necrobook!
She juked it out into the pit. She is in range, though. Chance not wasting any time and popping that ult. I don't even know if he got a hit in there. I think the creeps might have did it for him.
Well, the duration, he's just going to be running around farming a little bit.
Who cares? You know?
But at this point, Lycan is pretty stacked. I think just there's not much room. You know, he can get a Moonshard, he can
He's got
upgrade traps.
Octarine queued up.
Yeah, I guess the TP cooldown on the boots, you can BKB more often.
Will that be
Abyssal
like
Blade.
nearly permanent uptime on shapeshift?
So what, 51 seconds, a quarter of that, it's basically like 12 seconds.
Oh.
So, well, it reduces
See
to like
you
39.
later. Wackel picks up a kill.
We've
on the
got a
Rubik.
couple of kills last fight as well. He's on par with the Doom. You know, considering Doom has Devour, it's pretty good.
Look at Wyckoff here, forced to cut waves.
Good choice though, I think. If you're gonna do it at any time, do it right now. Yeah, he's back.
You just have to be so scared about getting charged by the Spirit Breaker.
I think that was a bit of an early back. You have a Lincolns.
But that's true, that's true.
You have a Lincolns and TP. I think he could have finished the wave, but I understand why he's being safe.
You still have to be scared of like Doom with the Shadow Blade. Like your Lincolns gets popped by Spirit Breaker, and then suddenly you're doomed.
They do have that global pop with the charge alongside the Doom, which is actually a really good combo. We haven't actually seen that yet, but mainly because Mint have not been split for a long time, besides the Weaver. Doom is here.
Speaking of Weaver, they popped the Lincolns. There is the Doom. That is a very dead.
Did he pop with? What did he pop it with? Was it the charge?
I think it was Spirit Breaker. Yeah, the charge just coming off cooldown.
So yep, it just happened. Vindicated.
Weaver does have buyback though, so
they've got the buyback.
She's the only one.
Got the Ags on the Tinker. Really, it's going to be real difficult.
They are just going in.
Radiant's middle barracks
Oh,
are under
Chase
attack.
with the DD, just hitting those racks. Fight on
Radiant's
top.
middle barracks has fallen.
Buyback, forced buyback from the
Radiant's
Weaver.
bottom
Oh
barracks
man,
are
that
under
Rex is
attack.
dying so quickly.
Oh, they're going to be able to stop him though. There's the
BKB,
stun in.
quickly!
Yep, there's the BKB. Is he going to have... Shapeshift is still up. He's
Radiant's
got
bottom
forever
barracks
on
has
this.
fallen.
He's at no risk at all of going down. Meanwhile, in top, Chalkman going toe-to-toe with Dom.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Dom very low on HP. Might die here, actually.
Oh, he nether striked out.
Oh, Murano!
Oh!
Dead. Murano's dead. Map's very low on HP. Stuns forward. Gets the light and the blink off. Oh, here's...
Shapeshift up again.
that is some bull...
Yeah, Morano was just sitting off to the side, keeping a couple of the heroes busy while the others just ran them around. I am so surprised the Spirit Breaker lived then. Using the Nether Strike to get out, really clever, because if he dies then, he's not going to use Nether Strike in 60 seconds anyway, so pretty good.
One lane of racks left. I mean, I guess you don't have to worry about being split push anymore.
I guess not.
I mean, you've got to look at, like, when you're staying in a game that you could, like, if they wanted to GG here, I would understand. But if you're staying in a game where you could GG out at any point, you have to look at the positives. And that's a positive. They can't rat you anymore.
Yep.
What are they going to do? Rat tier 4s? No one... Is that a thing?
Another positive, Verdancer is pretty close to being 3 levels away from level 25.
It's pretty close to being 3 levels away from 25.
But those 3 times HP,
Oh no! No! Weaver got found by the Doom. In comes Tinker as well. That is going to be a very dead Weaver. We'll see if they're able to get the Doom in return. No, they won't be able to, and Doom cannot stop that TP out. Weaver's dead for 110 seconds with no buyback.
I think that might be GG.
It might be. Remember, they did pull off a fantastic fight earlier without the Tinker.
Yeah, we cannot underestimate the Tinker Venno high ground defense. However, he did just get
yep, that's rough. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think this is over. Chalkman chunks down.
Arrows he's been caught by, and I think
Oh, here comes Sand King with the epicenter. I mean,
Radiant's
better
top
than nothing,
tower
but
is under attack.
yeah, that's GG.
Radiant's
There it is.
top
Mid call
tower
it.
has fallen.
I think the
Radiant's
the
top
2
barracks
arrows that
has
the Tinker
fallen.
caught in this whole game were like
Dire
big parts of
victory.
losing it.
That one certainly made a difference, that's for sure.
Yeah, that one wouldn't have made that much of a difference. The first one.
I think it was the Weaver getting caught out a couple times.
Yeah,
that
was too.
that was rough. You just can't be that aggressive. Like, you've already died twice
Yeah.
to the stun Doom
They
combination.
had
You just have to
opportunities
play safe.
and when they had those opportunities, they didn't abuse them. And then when those opportunities run out, they still tried to push the same sort of agenda, and it didn't quite hit the mark.
Alright, well, we'll head to Splash, and we will be back for game number 2 of
We'll
Mint
see you soon.
versus Sun.